never make it this far. They hated, they never believe me. Yeah, I would never drop the ball. I know I make it look easy. Yeah.
This episode of Noonish is brought to you by Ethos MetaFest. Come in.
Stuff I got today.
What's going down? That's a lot of tech stuff right there.
That's a lot of tech stuff.
Yeah, y'all know what it is, man. Y'all know what time it is.
What time is it?
Sometime right around your favorite time, what we call Noonish. Noonish on this thing, man. Y'all know what's up, man. I'm your host, J.A., a.k.a. Jonathan Anderson, and we are back in the building, man. About to have a fun show, man. Back on a Wednesday. On a Wednesday, man. Coming in, y'all know what it is. I know you're used to this. We're true to this. But yeah, man. Y'all know who it is. Back from the sip.
Yeah.
Kicking it, you know. Like Billy Madison, you know. Jonas Bull, man. El Grande Todo in the house. What's going down, bro? Good to see you, man.
Yeah. Had a good trip.
Yeah?
Had a good trip and had, we had a lot of fun. Hung out with Delta Tau Delta. It's the fraternity my son's in.
Yeah.
He's a first in the family.
Nice.
Fraternity.
Nice.
And good bunch.
How you feel about it?
Wasn't too sure at first, but I think it's been good for him.
I think it's like a team. You know what I'm saying?
It's like a team, but it's like a team in that they have a lot of stuff they have to do. They have a lot of responsibility they have to take. They also have a really good time.
Yeah, I was about to say it's like drinking and grades. And social activism, or not activism, but philanthropic things, right?
They do some social and helpful, like some helpful things around.
Yeah,
and and they have a good time doing it.
That's dope. That's dope, man.
They also tailgate, and let me tell you, if you have not been to an Ole Miss tailgate, oh my God.
Yeah, you still recovering from the tailgate?
I've been to some tailgates.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I'm talking like, you think about like these big ass festivals and stuff. I know you know about some festivals.
Yeah.
You're talking about square miles of little tents.
Yeah.
All kinds of food, like all kind, like from everything from little sandwiches.
Yeah.
To like roasted pork and ribs.
Everybody just out, get it in.
Like, like your regular old cookies, like everybody brings to everything. You know, them little crappy cookies.
Yep.
I'm on Noonish. I can say shitty cookies.
Yeah, you can.
Little shitty cookies.
Yeah.
And on up to like custom made king cakes and those little cute little square cakes with the fraternity symbol, like unbelievable amount of and variety of food, anything you could imagine.
Yeah, that sounds amazing.
They got
it's a feast.
And cooler, like the coolers that they have stacked up there are enough to keep Igloo in business for years. Like that's years worth of coolers stacked up out there.
Yeah, they should be a sponsor. Ole Miss should be a sponsor of Igloo.
Full of soft drinks for the underage kids.
They definitely kept them
because it's a dry campus. So.
Oh yeah, I know how that goes.
So obviously we did not have any beer in our cups.
Dry meaning no alcohol is served. You cannot buy alcohol in, was it Oxford?
No, Oxford? you can buy it there. They just
not on campus.
Yeah, definitely not on campus. Yeah.
Man, let me tell you what, that's some bull. All right, they drunk. All of them kids are drunk at all the games, all the seasons. It don't matter if it's swimming. If they're in the stands, bro, they drinking something.
Yeah, they're drinking.
They drinking something, man.
But no, they were good, and they were. So that's the other thing about it. So. Again, you've been to a lot of festivals, you've been to a lot of sporting events. Sometimes people get a little wild.
Absolutely,
crazy.
Just about every time.
This whole tailgate area, like acres and acres of tents and drunk people and food and crowd, people bumping into each other and all that kind of stuff. Everybody's super well behaved.
Yeah, they're all chilling.
They're all chilling. Yeah. They're all like the closest thing to any kind of altercation, which wasn't an altercation. It was just, people bustling up against each other when they do the Walk of Champions.
Yeah.
which we had, right beside the street there for that, because hanging with the fraternity.
Yeah,
it has its benefits.
Yeah, VIP spot.
But everybody's trying to pack up against there to see the team. So like I saw the cheerleaders that were sitting on top of people's shoulders. That's pretty much all I could see.
Yeah, man. No, it's
a
great. I'm sure.
It was amazing, and didn't hurt that they won. That's always a plus.
Remember who they played?
Georgia Tech.
Oh yeah, they should win that one.
That's what I was kind of wondering. Like, how was Georgia Tech going to be this year?
Not good.
Apparently not good.
Yeah, not good.
They got
fumbled.
I won't say they got stomped.
Yeah,
but they might have gotten kicked a couple of times.
Yeah, they got fumbled, bro. I'm sure. Yeah, Georgia Tech ain't been good in a while, but yeah. That's what's up, Jay. Welcome back. You know what I'm saying? We happy to have you back in the saddle, back in the building,
jump
baby.
ahead.
Yeah, man. We definitely gonna get there.
Yeah.
But y'all know who else it is in the building joining us today. I call him Unc. It's Mr. Ronald Bower. What's going down, Unc?
Nah, just hanging in here, staying out the way. That's my new thing. I stay out the way.
Yeah,
I try to let the world have it.
Yeah,
y'all can have it. I'm over here. I'm out the way.
I watch.
Podcast guest these days. Coming from podcast, going to podcast.
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I'm popular like that. Just
well, hey, if it is, it is.
Yeah, I mean, it's entertainment, man. Got something to say, and people want to hear it. And we about to get into these subjects today, man. Let's jump this thing off. What do we got? A little NCAA news. You called it.
Didn't even plan it.
You called it, bro.
We're just good like that.
Yeah, man. So, if y'all haven't heard, there's a team in Boulder, Colorado, by the name of the Colorado Buffaloes.
Colorado Buffaloes.
Right.
I didn't even know they had buffaloes in Colorado.
Evidently they do.
They damn sure do now.
Yep. In Boulder, they absolutely got some Colorados wearing Louis, some Buffaloes wearing Louis out there, But so Dion and his Louis boys, man, they went out and played Colorado State in a in-state rivalry, and it was a dirty game, man, right? And it was much closer than everybody anticipated because Colorado barely came out of there with a win and won 43-35. But you get a chance to watch this game?
Oh yeah, I watched it, and when rivalry games always get a little chippy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm old school, and all I can tell you is, if you can't stand the heat, get out the kitchen.
Get out the kitchen, man.
I mean, because it's gonna get hot in there.
Absolutely.
I don't care who you are, and this is the thing about football. Sometimes you might have to give somebody a shot that's close to the edge, or close to the whistle, or close to a flag to let them know that this ain't gonna be no easy day.
Yeah, we ain't scared of you, man.
Yeah, And,
so I mean, is that how you? Are you talking about that or alluding to that Travis Hunter shot?
Yeah, no, that was
Was it a little dirty?
It was a little dirty.
Is it expected in a rivalry game?
You gonna expect somebody to do something?
Absolutely,
because this is a thing that Colorado State wanted Travis to know. It's not gonna be an easy win, kids.
Yeah.
So
I don't think
it is what it is.
So he's got a lacerated liver now, right? Out for 4 weeks. The crazy thing is, he came back in the game for a couple plays.
Yeah.
After he lacerated his liver.
Yeah.
A liver shot.
Because they didn't know his liver was lacerated.
Yeah. And then, I mean, he came back in the game for a little while, and then after halftime, I believe, he went to the hospital.
Yeah, then he going to be out 3 to 4 weeks.
Yeah, out 3 to 4 weeks, man. That's not good. That's not what you want.
But it's football.
Prayers for you, Travis.
Oh, yeah.
That's an exceptional man, and we want to see that guy on the field. And, I mean, really, Colorado's going into their toughest stretch of their season right now. They got Oregon this week, number 10. USC the following week. It's gonna be a tough stretch for them.
Oh yeah.
And USC's got also a Heisman Trophy candidate out there running the ship for them. And Caleb Williams, former OU quarterback, and they out there tossing it around. But Shador, back to the game in Colorado. This kid shows some gravitas.
Some gravitas.
No, yeah, he did.
This young man showed that he is not afraid of the moment, and he welcomed the moment.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And when I say this, right, Colorado State,
people don't talk about it, but they came into the game 0-1, but they had 2 weeks to prepare for Colorado, right? You give one team 2 weeks to prepare for you, and you have 1 week to prepare for them because you played the previous week. I mean, you should have a bit of an advantage, right? And they came out there with a great game plan. They were running under routes, drag routes, dig routes, whatever you want to call it, constantly. And they've got some athletes out there. Number 14, that wide receiver.
Oh, yeah.
That tight end, number 5.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That quarterback was throwing some darts. Like, the quarterback was putting that ball on the money for Colorado State. Yeah. They got that defensive end, number 8.
How many more years he got?
In Colorado State? Yeah. I have no idea. But I know he's from South Lake Carroll.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's a Texas guy.
I think he got 2 years. I think
he's got 2 years left.
He needs to be on somebody's draft list.
Hey, that quarterback Colorado State was throwing some dimes. He was throwing some dimes out there.
But don't quote me on that.
What?
He got 2 years left. I think he does.
Yeah. So I mean, they had a lot more talent than what I think a lot of people expected to see because they lost so bad to Washington State in Game 1. But they fought, man. They fought to the point to where Colorado was down 28-17 with 11 minutes left in the fourth quarter, right? And they come down. They missed in the first half. They missed a field goal, and I'm talking that kicker had one kick to miss.
Right,
Mr. Feely, and I'm talking. He's got a lineage. That's a lineage guy.
Right.
His dad played in the league.
Oh
but,
yeah.
Prime time, his little Louis knapsack that he brought with him.
Yeah.
Was Mr. Alejandro Mata. And you know what he say about Mata? Oh, Mata don't miss. Mata don't miss. Yeah. He had one miss at Jackson State and it was blocked. So he didn't miss.
Right.
It was blocked.
Yeah.
And so
that's different than a miss.
And he know what he can do. So he's giving Feely and these other guys a chance, because he just didn't bring his guys and be like, all right, you going to have to start. Like, he gave these guys a chance.
Right.
But, hey, Mata came in. You know what he didn't do? He didn't miss.
No, he didn't miss.
The rest of the game. And came down, kicked the field goal, did what he needed to do, put him at, 7 or 8 points. I think it was 28-20. And then Shedeur gets the ball back. And, I mean, this was a battle, man. That number 8 at the defensive end for Colorado State, Kamara.
Yeah, Kamara. You're going to see him on Sundays.
Yeah, that boy's playing.
You're going to see him on Sundays.
Yeah, I believe so, too.
I believe he's going to play on Sundays.
I believe so, too. He can play, and he proved it. And he tried to hurt Shedeur in overtime. But before we get to the overtime, like I said, Shedeur gets the ball back with under 2 minutes in the game, has to drive the ball the field 98 yards down the field. 98 yards down the field, man.
Oh, yeah.
And that ain't short.
Right. That ain't no joke.
Yeah, and that's not a lot of time.
That's basically a football field.
Yeah, that's not a lot of time. And he did exactly just that, making plays, getting outside of the pocket, hitting people in between the numbers. That play he made to Jimmy Horn down that left sideline was crucial. They got him close to the goal line. And, ended up scoring that touchdown, punching that thing in. Oh, and I must say, Colorado's first touchdown was Deion's other son, Shiloh, right? And that was a pretty cool situation because he had an interception on the grass blades that they said was an incomplete pass because it hit the ground before he caught it. Very next play, pick 6. He comes back, jumps the route. He tried to start high step at the 50, but he couldn't do it. He's
not quite fast as his dad.
Yeah, he's fast as his daddy. I think he appreciated his pop speed right then and there, bro.
Oh yeah.
But couldn't do it. Number 14 was on his heels. He scored that touchdown, but Shedeur drove him down the field, scored a touchdown, man. Got to overtime, and they won that game in overtime, man.
Nice.
And that was an amazing game to watch. The fortitude, mental fortitude, the focus, the gravitas, like that was something to watch, man.
Oh yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
We got Oregon, number 10 Oregon coming up.
Up. We got Oregon on the map.
I just want them to keep
Oregon.
I just want them to keep believing. Mm-hmm. Like you say, do you believe now? I need y'all to keep believing.
It's the same thing we were saying about TCU though. So you can't count them out, But let's see if they step up.
We'll see.
Because they have been starting slow in these games, and Colorado State held them to 17 points for the majority of that last game.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
So, we'll see, man. It's gonna. I know one thing. It's going to be a fast-paced game.
Yeah. And then I know your school, Notre Dame.
Yeah, man. Notre Dame came back out in this thing and balled out. Estimate the number 7 that I was telling y'all about last week that I think is going to be a high draft pick. I saw in the one of these sports, online networks that he is now a high draft pick. He's climbing the charts in the draft.
Oh yeah.
No surprise to me. Try to tell you that. But yeah, man, Notre Dame's looking really good right now. We got a big test this week too. Got Ohio State coming up, but we beat Central Michigan last week, 41-14. We should have won that game. Haven't really been tested too much by anybody this year so far, but Ohio State is absolutely gonna test us. So Marcus Freeman, our head coach, is a former Ohio State linebacker. So he's got a lot of, a lot on the line in this game. He's got a lot into this game. He's in this game, from several ways. So we'll see what happens. Should be good, man. Should be fun. Florida State went out and beat Boston College in a very close game. Florida State's number 3 now. That's my boy Mike Norvell out there, head coach.
So they were what, number 4 before? Either way, they were way above Boston College, right?
For sure. But I mean, this Boston College is one of those teams, especially when you're playing at Boston College.
They're hard to beat.
Yeah, they give Notre Dame hell every year.
Yeah,
they might end up 4-7, but that was the closest 4-7 that you probably ever gonna see on the schedule. Right. Consistently. So that was a tough game. Then Oklahoma went out and beat the Interstate University Tulsa. Can't call it a rival, but went out and beat the brakes off of Tulsa. Man, No,
that's not a rivalry.
No, not even close.
Tulsa, not a rivalry.
There's got to be some competition for it to be a rivalry.
Yeah. To be a rivalry, you got to win sometimes.
Yeah. Now OU's 3-0. Now they went through their whole transition of coaches last year,
right?
And they look very strong right now. They got a strong defense, and I mean their offense is clicking right now. They got a few running backs that can go. This young man Nick Anderson scored 3 touchdowns this past weekend, and they got a quarterback that is leading them right now. He's a sharp cat and knows the game well. So older gentleman and. Older college gentlemen, I should say, collegiate gentlemen. But yeah, man, OU's balling right now, man. So we shall see what happens, man. Texas is upcoming in a couple weeks, so
good.
We talked about them running backs last week. Should be a good game this year. Both of them.
Oh yeah.
They got more running backs coming now. I didn't realize Ramondre Stevenson was from Oklahoma.
Yeah,
the New England Patriots running back, but. Anyways.
Yeah, he was there with P. Ryan. Him and P. Ryan was at the same time.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Samaje?
Yeah.
Him and P. Ryan was at the same time.
Yeah, I had no idea. I did not know Stevenson with the OU. But moving on. Next up, them Cowboys and them Jets. We took off on them Jets. Took off on them Jets real quick, man. Did y'all have a chance to watch this one?
Oh, yeah, I had a chance to watch this one.
Yeah?
Well, Dallas got their defense, man.
Mm-hmm.
They, that's what it takes to win.
Absolutely.
Defense.
Absolutely. Yeah, I thought Micah got him a touchdown in there, but they called him, called him down.
Yeah, they called him down by
his heel
contact.
was on the man's booty. The man's heel hit a man's booty cheek. They called him down.
Yeah.
That's, I guess that's what it's got to be.
I guess they got to have that rule, but they should call that incidental contact.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't even know you're doing anything, how could you say you did something?
You tackle somebody.
Yeah, I mean,
that don't make sense.
I mean,
you gotta look at that.
Well, I mean, I guess if you fall over, like if it wasn't on the goal line, if it was on the 50-yard line, and and 5 yards to go on a second down, and somebody falls in front of somebody and they trip over them, they'd just be down.
Yeah, no doubt.
Wouldn't be any question.
For sure.
But when it's tight like that.
But if y'all both on the ground and you got your back turned to him and it happen to bump into you while you're getting up,
his booty cheek hit you, not your arm, not his hand.
Yeah.
Nothing intentional.
I mean, I guess the rule is the rule,
I guess.
I mean, there's just, I don't know, it seems to me there's a difference between I'm making forward progress and I trip over something.
Yeah.
Because if you tripped over your own feet, which has happened,
yeah,
then you're down.
I think it's a difference between I touched you and my booty touched you when I was falling the other way. I think there's a difference in those two things.
Yeah. When I
touched you, I intended to touch you.
Right. How can I tackle you if I don't know I tackled you?
You know what I'm saying? I didn't know my booty even touched you, bro.
I definitely don't think he should get credit for the tackle.
Yeah, man.
For a tackle.
Yeah,
I would definitely agree with that.
But that defense is raw. Again, they showed themselves. Take away that one play from that incredible receiver, last name Wilson, right? Take that play away, and the Cowboys have given up 3 points this year.
Oh, yeah.
You take away that one big play, the Cowboys defense has given up 3 points this year.
Well, how many points did they give up in a round?
On that
6?
On that, yeah.
All right. Well, that's still not bad.
It's not at all.
No.
It's not at all. But still, it's just like you take that one big play. I'm talking about in 2 games. Take that one big play away. They've given up 3 points. That really means and that play went for over 50, didn't it?
Yeah.
So that means the other offense has only been across the 50 one time.
Absolutely.
If you ain't in field goal range,
Right.
You're not going to do very much at all.
you know what I mean?
Right.
So our defense is going nuts. Michael Parsons is going nuts. Young man, 2 sacks, 3 sacks?
2 sacks.
2 sacks, a fumble.
Fumble calls or a fumble recovery.
Yeah, man, that dude there is, he's on these quarterbacks in no time. It got him nervous. Got to have him nervous.
But this is what I need Michael to do. Finish strong.
Yeah.
He started fast last year and kind of
tape it off.
tape it off.
Yeah.
I need you to keep this same energy
Yeah.
for 17 weeks.
Yeah. I think he can with
Oh,
these
yeah.
DBs.
He's a little
time
bit,
to work.
Yeah, he's a little bit more mature, and that could have been a sophomore jinx or whatever they want to call it. But how can you say it's a jinx when you had 13, 14 sacks?
Man. But, at the same time, we ain't played not one quarterback. Played Dan Jones. I know he went out and beat the Cardinals last week. But that's what we got to look forward to. We play the Cardinals this week. We played, Daniel Jones, Zach Wilson, and now we get to play Dobbs. I don't even know Dobbs' first name.
If you got a good defense, it don't matter who the quarterback is.
Yeah.
For sure, but I'm saying, we haven't had any real tests. We haven't had an offense truly test us. And it might be because our defense is so good.
Absolutely.
And I'll just say, outside of that one time, I've only had one divorce.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, that's a pretty good record.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. That's a very good record, bro.
I was going to go somewhere else with it, but
That's a very good. And I don't know if you can see this picture of CeeDee Lamb getting his knees and his legs swiped out from under him.
That's football.
Yeah, that's Dak.
No, that's football.
You can count on Dak doing that to his receivers at least 2-3 times a game.
That's okay.
Maybe not like that. Maybe 2 guys coming in for crushing blows, and he's gonna throw it anyway.
yeah.
It's football.
It happens.
Nothing's perfect. You're a receiver. If you throw it high, you getting millions of dollars just like he is. Go get it.
Yeah, I will say he's playing better, but I think Mike McCarthy is managing him a heck of a lot better. And
Well,
not
this is the whole
allowing
thing.
him to mess
Your
up.
defense is playing so good you don't have to do that much.
Yeah, for sure.
And that goes for everybody.
And Mike McCarthy, hey,
Yeah.
let's get these 3 points.
Yeah.
Keep doing these swing passes out to Pollard.
this is the whole thing about quarterbacking. I hate to keep harping on Tom Brady because they say to go. But I bet you can't tell Eli Manning he that good. Eli Manning beat him twice.
Yeah, he did.
So it's hard for me to sit up and say, oh, man, you better than me. Not when I played you.
Yeah, yeah. I beat you twice. Yeah.
And what did they beat him with? Defense.
Yep, that's a fact.
So defense is champion.
Yeah.
And all that other stuff is just hyperbole.
And
Just people talking.
Our defense looks really good.
Really
right
good.
now,
Can't have one without the other.
And the difference in that defense, I still say it's Gilmore.
Oh, for sure.
He's taking it to another level.
For sure. Yeah, because he's shutting down that other receiver or other tight end or other weapon. Whatever it is, however you want to look at it, Stephon Gilmore is doing his thing out there, and it's pretty wild to watch, man. But, Mike McCarthy's offense looks solid right now. His play calling looks like he's matured. He's figured some things out since he was in Green Bay. We ran the ball 41 times. Last year, if Kellen Moore was here, it don't matter what the score was, we would have thrown that bad boy for them.
Absolutely.
So
that's the difference.
Absolutely. But I said it last year. As long as if Dak is throwing the ball 20 or less times, we're winning that game. We're winning that game.
Yeah.
Period. When he gets up over 30, we got a chance to win. Over 40, we are not winning that game. That's just what it is. That's what
maybe
the
his arms
stats show.
just getting tired.
Man, he throwing from behind, throwing
Or
picks.
his eyes getting tired.
Too high scoring. Defense on the field a whole lot. A lot of chances, Anyways.
Well, that's like you said.
The Cowboys 2-0.
2-0, baby.
Get off Dak.
Yeah.
Dak is 2-0 just like everybody else on the team.
Ain't on Dak. Ain't on Dak. Oh, remember, hold on. I am on Dak. So, remember last week I said, what's Brandon Cooks? Plus minus 5 games because Dak is quarterback and gonna get him laid out over the middle.
Okay.
So it was 1. He got laid out over the middle of the first game, and he missed his last week.
So this is Brandon Cook first year with the Cowboys, but he been hurt every other year too.
Yeah.
So was that Dak's fault?
For laying him out over the middle?
No, I'm talking about when he was playing with Houston. Okay, he missed a lot of games with the last 2 teams he was with. That's why teams keep letting him go. But he can't stay healthy.
He didn't help.
He can't stay healthy. It doesn't matter who's starting the ball.
He didn't help.
You're not listening, J.A. He missed the games with his last 2 teams.
Yeah,
he's a great talent, but the best ability is availability, and he was unavailable for his last 2 teams.
Yeah.
So we can't blame that on Dak. He's injury prone. That's what we got to blame it on.
Yeah,
can't blame it on Dak.
Hey, we can also blame Dak for putting him over that middle last week, knowing that he's injury prone.
So he played 1 or 2 years with Deshaun Watson. Everybody say he's so good. He was hurt with Deshaun Watson same way.
Yeah, Deshaun wasn't there. Deshaun was watching them games.
Oh no! One year he was with him, and that's another subject.
Yeah,
Deshaun Watson ain't looking like no franchise quarterback either.
Oh no, I expect Deshaun to come back around here in the next 6 games or so.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about Joe Burrow?
Joe Burrow hurt.
It's always reasons for other people except for Dak.
Speaking of.
Burrow's on my fantasy list.
Yeah, he'll be back. He'll be all right.
Yeah, he'll be all right.
It's slow season, man. His calf is hurting right now. Remember, he didn't play any preseason games, and he barely had a training camp because of his injury. So he's just getting the rust off in front of our eyes on national TV. So and on people's fantasy team. So he's just rusty right now, but he'll be back, man. Joe, that boy there. Hey, come game 7, 8, when it really started to matter, Cincinnati might go on a 10-game run.
But if they too far back, it's not gonna matter.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, but if you're a good quarterback, you don't have to wait to game 7, 8. You can do it the first week.
You're right.
That's the next time my fantasy team goes up against yours.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Game 7.
Hey, and we'll get there in a little while.
Notice like 2 weeks ago, I didn't give a shit about fantasy football.
You pissed off right now.
I'm dead last.
Jonas, man. Hey, I was looking. We'll get to that in a little bit. So, Baltimore went out and beat Cincinnati this week, man, 27-24. Lamar Jackson is looking really good right now, man. The guy, I'm going to stay off Dak, but Lamar has really matured in his passing game. He's throwing the ball, hitting people in stride, on time, like well-placed footballs, man. It looks beautiful what they're doing up in Baltimore. Odell Beckham ain't even a major factor. That was the big receiver everybody was talking about. I think he's got like 5 catches for 66 yards. But this young buck, Zay Flowers, that cat is going in.
Oh, yeah.
That cat's going in, making plays, making catches. Nelson Aguilar got a touchdown this weekend. Lamar's looking really good, man. And the Baltimore Ravens are going to be tough to beat this year. With that new coordinator they got up there and with their new offense, that defense.
Stay healthy.
Jadeveon Clowney's up there coming off the edge now, man.
Yeah.
Baltimore's looking really good.
Stay healthy.
Yeah, they will be a factor, later on this year. Also, Philly played Minnesota. Philly beat up Minnesota, man. The NFC East has got the Eagles, the Cowboys, and the Commanders are going to beat each other up. I'll tell you that right now.
Don't count the Giants out just yet.
We beat them 40-0, so it's hard to not count them out. I know they won, but they beat the badass on the team.
No, Giants was in the playoffs last year. You know that,
For
right?
sure.
Okay, so and they started off slow last year.
Yeah.
And came back. So because they got a good defense.
Hey, well, if the Giants come through, we're gonna have all 4 teams in the playoffs. All 4 of them. Because I tell you what, I mean, Philly went out beat Minnesota, did what they're supposed to. I liked it, man. A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts having some riff-raff. A.J. Mack is Devontae Smith is not, or he's getting all the catches right now. You know, I don't like it because I also got A.J. on the fantasy team. But at the same time, you know, I like seeing the disruption taking place in Philly, man. As a Cowboys fan, I must say that is not, you know, bad to see. They got DeAndre Swift up there going off, old Detroit Lions running back. He's starting off hot right now, but he's another injury-prone guy. I don't know if he'll be there later in the season. But Philly's going to be something to deal with. The Commanders went out and beat the Broncos. I think the Commanders are the scariest team in the division as a Cowboys fan.
Yeah.
You think the Commanders is
not
yeah.
I may not go that far.
Not Philadelphia?
Not Philadelphia.
They're way stronger than I thought they were going to be.
I feel the Commanders are. They got Chase Young back. They got Sam Howell in there. And they have Eric Bieniemy out there calling plays.
Oh, yeah. And they also were playing the Broncos.
Yeah, they was playing the Broncos, but
Russ looked terrible.
Well, he's had a, you know, he's a little bit better than he was last year with Sean Payton. Now, he is fumbling. He is throwing interceptions. He is giving the ball away still. No doubt, but at least they're scoring points. They wasn't putting points on the board last year, huh?
Yeah.
Like they put up 17. It's a miracle last year, you know?
Yeah, they did, but
so it's, you know, the Commanders, man, like they look scary to me. I'm sorry. They got some weapons. They have 2 really good running backs. They got receivers as well. They got a young quarterback that can go, and Eric Bieniemy calling plays. Again, is a scary situation.
This is what I was thinking about the Commanders, because I was actually, believe it or not, I was actually thinking about this over the weekend. What I was thinking about the Commanders is not so much that they are like deep into the playoffs or Super Bowl threat, so much as that they are a knockout threat.
Oh yeah,
like if you're close,
they will. Yeah,
you're gonna get knocked out. They're the one that's gonna put you out of the playoffs.
If they can stay healthy,
right?
Oh yeah,
they are gonna be a serious threat come towards the end of the season.
They may not. They may not be the one who gets to the Super Bowl, but they're going to have a strong influence on who ends up being available to get to the Super Bowl.
No doubt. No doubt.
That makes sense.
Yeah. No, if you got to run into them later in the season,
right,
I feel bad for you.
Right.
Basically. But you got to look out for those Commanders, man. We got 3 2-0 teams in the division, 1-1-1 team. We are the best team. Right now we're 7-1. We're the best division in the league right now.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And oddly enough, the AFC South with the Falcons, the Saints, not Falcons and Saints, or the NFC South, I'm sorry. With
the Falcons, the Saints, and
the Panthers and
the Jaguars.
And the Jaguars. They're 6-2.
Yeah.
They got 3 2-0 teams in their division, which is just weird. But anyways, these NFL power rankings, man, right now that show San Francisco is number 1, Dallas at 2, Philly at 3, KC at 4, and Miami at 5. Anybody got any problems with this power rankings right here? Does that look about right to y'all?
Interesting.
I'm gonna say it like this. You know, sometimes we get carried away with a lot of stuff because, you know, they like all these players. If they get a sample size, they anoint them. For what I'm saying, Prudy, we only had a sample size of
Brock Purdy, yeah.
Prudy, however you say his name. He's just a sample size quarterback.
Yeah.
So, you know, I got to see more of him to say that San Francisco. Oh yeah, he won the playoff game last year. They beat the Cowboys, but they beat the Cowboys with defense.
Yep.
Last year they had a better defense than we did.
Yeah.
I'm not so sure this year.
Yeah, I can't say the same thing.
So you know, I don't have no problem with it, but you know, it is what it is.
I think they had a better quarterback too than us. But Philly,
I can't say after 6 games that Prudy is better than Dak. I can't say that.
Yeah.
I can't say that. Give me at least 2-3 years. You know, we keep saying that about Joe Burrow. We keep saying that about Justin Herbert. We keep saying about Josh Allen. But Dallas keep beating all those teams. So, I don't know.
That's a valid point.
The 49ers have the longest regular season winning streak right now behind Brock Purdy.
Right. Regular season.
Yeah,
regular season.
Going back to last year.
Regular season.
Yeah, but he also beat Dak in the playoffs, though.
Regular season. But did he win the Super Bowl?
He did not.
So you only got one winner.
He didn't even get there.
This how sports is. You only got one winner. Everybody else lost.
Yeah, you're right.
Everybody else lost.
You're right about that.
No, and if we're going to go on the Michael Jordan theory, it only matters if you win the championships. Everything else don't matter.
So you think it's justified that Kansas City is ranked 4? I mean, they lost game 1 in Detroit, but Travis Kelce was playing.
And it's just the second game. We're talking about 2-game ranking. We're talking about 15-game ranking.
Yeah,
that's
and after 15 games,
Yeah.
I would say 2 or 3 of these teams that's on this list may not be on there.
May not be on that list.
For sure, Miami probably won't be on there.
You don't think so?
No,
So
Miami not going to hold up.
Okay.
I don't think so.
I mean, yeah. I mean, Tua. First of all, Tua's going to have to survive.
That's what I'm talking about. So
that's the first issue with that. But man, they look good right now while he's playing.
But
one of those other teams usually doesn't make it that far.
Man.
That high of a spot.
You know,
and if Kansas City,
It's a shame.
Cowboys.
It's a shame.
and if Kansas City get Jones back and the tight end, they automatically go jump up to about 2 or 3 easy.
Oh yeah, no doubt, man. Just our defense, man, is all I'm saying. Mike McCarthy playing off of our defense, I think, is a very smart move.
Oh, absolutely.
Hey, let's get 3 points instead of none. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Let's get 3 points instead of an interception, Dak.
Oh, yeah.
We're just gonna make sure we play smart right here. But moving on.
Work smarter, not harder.
The Nunes Fantasy Football League. Let's go, man.
What everybody has been waiting for.
I know y'all been waiting on
the
that.
only sports news anybody's waiting.
Yeah, it was a heck of a week this week, man. So I got to take on Jonas myself, and my team. Right now, we got a season high in points.
It's like
in
one of the most
game.
experienced fantasy football teams managers versus the least experienced.
It's tough love, Jonas. It's tough love.
Oh yeah.
Hey, you didn't play defense against me last week,
and it is accepted as such.
Let's go to look, babe. The computer ain't doing me good. 84.
Ooh, I ain't even noticed that, huh?
Yeah, the computer didn't do good.
Oh no. Unc got the lowest in the league last week. It's all good.
With Justin Herbert, I had to look. Nah, the computer gave me that because I didn't pick it.
Yeah. Hey, you can go back and make some moves, though. You can go in there and trade some players to get another quarterback if you want.
I'm good.
I am fighting to get a better defense.
Yeah.
For the future. Fighting to get some rearrange a couple of things.
Man. Yeah,
because after 2 games of losing, and dare I say, losing badly, the competitive streak has gotten kicked in full high gear, and I had to go through and read up on what all the stats mean, and how to do some trades and how to rearrange things in the roster.
Jonas,
and,
I noticed that
I expect to see a different team next week.
I noticed that my team scored 160 points this week, right?
Yeah.
And then I also noticed that your team scored 167 points on the season. Right. I was like, golly. Yes. That's crazy.
I would be the first to say that this first 2 games were a
learning.
How do the coaches usually put it?
They were a lesson learned.
A lesson learned.
Yeah.
We're making some changes in the locker room. And expect to see a different team next week.
Hey, it happens, man. It happens, man.
Well, Jonas, I'm like you. This is my first time playing fantasy football. I know absolutely nothing. So I'm trying to read about it.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Oh yeah, and see what's going on. But
it's a lot of fun.
But for this first year, I'm gonna ride this computer out and see how smart the computer is.
It's a lot of fun.
Treat you better than it is me.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do some. I gotta do like you, Jones. I gotta do some reading.
Yeah,
and you get so many points for a touchdown from a quarterback, so many for a running touchdown. So many for 100 yards. I was like, oh my, my head started swimming.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, I got to know all this. Okay.
Yeah, but then, you get smarter and you start, going into that portal, finding players that put them points up, Yeah. And it ain't a popularity contest. It's all about production. That's what I love about it, you know. And then, Ray went out. He beat Mark this week. I don't know how to tune. Man, I didn't expect
What's CY do this week? CY 2-0?
CY 2-0. She scored the second most points in the league. So right now she's leading the league because of how many points she put up last week and this week. Right? We're both 2-0.
She played. So the top two teams have had everybody's had 2 games.
Yep.
The top 2 teams both played me. If that gives you any indication, so
that's a rough start.
Well, Jonas, I'm gonna say it like this: I can't wait to play doctor.
I'm gonna call the big show and get some help.
Yeah.
We might have to clean out. I might get fired.
Hey, you might have to get a new general manager, Jonas.
It's all good.
Yeah, you might need a new coach to clean house a little bit.
Right.
It is all good. I'm looking forward to week 3. I made a few more changes because Nick Chubb was in my backfield, and that was a gruesome injury that he took. I don't know if y'all saw his leg injury against Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah, I saw that.
But I saw the live, and I didn't want to see the replays because I just knew it was very abnormal. So I'm taking y'all's word on how gruesome that was. Because I know it was bad.
Those things never look good.
Yeah. I mean, I always think about Napoleon Kaufman.
How old is he?
Nick Chubb, he's, I think it's like fourth, fifth year in the league.
Yeah,
He's still 20s.
Yeah, he's still a pretty.
He can probably.
Nick Chubb is probably the best running back in the league.
And again,
arguably.
Yeah.
Right now, he's probably the best running back.
Well, he was.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. He was. So they went out and got Kareem Hunt. I already picked him up in our league. Don't worry about it. But they went out and got Kareem Hunt to take over his role.
Yeah.
Well, look, we already just said the other guy was the best. So
yeah, I mean Kareem Hunt, he's a very good guy. He played with Kansas City, won the first Super Bowl with Kansas City, and then got in a little trouble over some domestic violence.
Yeah,
but that doesn't take away from his skill set.
It's true,
right? But
it's not a popularity contest.
Ain't a popularity contest. Moving on, Singapore Grand Prix. Mr. Carlos Sainz wins the Singapore Grand Prix. Did you watch this at all?
I have not watched anything but the highlights.
Yeah.
And the only reason I watched that was for the show.
Nice. Well,
because I'm saving it to watch the whole thing, just to understand
how that happened,
the whole process. Because apparently this has been Ferrari's strategy all along, is to lose every race until now and put it all out there.
Yeah, then all of a sudden pull it out.
Although from what I saw in the highlights, it wasn't Ferrari that won this race; it was Carlos that won this race.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
like just his driving ability.
His ability to say, "No, I'm not going to do that. That's stupid." I mean, I don't think he actually said that in public, but
what was it? His actions that said that he said that. What made you think he said that?
Well, just some of the responses on some of the radio call responses that he made, and the fact that he won, as opposed to looking really good at the start and then
because I mean
to lose due to tires or pit stops.
Verstappen got like 5th, didn't he?
Yeah, that's the other thing, is I'm really not sure what happened there.
Yeah, I'm wondering.
Singapore's a different place. It's a very different track, very different time of day. Even that they
nighttime when
it's a beautiful place. That's one of my top
races,
of where I would want to go and be there. I just need to meet up with some billionaires so I can cool boxes. But yeah, it's a little different, and it hasn't always been Verstappen's friend in the past.
Yeah.
Although he has won there, I think
last year, I believe.
But yeah, it's a little interesting to see where it will be real interesting to see where things went wrong.
Yeah.
For them, and see where things went right for Ferrari, because Ferrari has managed to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory several times in the last 2 years.
Is Red Bull playing chess?
Losing this
purposefully?
No.
Purposefully, so that they don't make too many changes to the vehicles?
I don't think so.
Because that doesn't make sense.
They don't think that way.
Okay.
Formula One teams don't think that way. It's all win all the time.
They have enough of a point lead to.
They do have enough of a point lead to piss off the next 2 races.
And still win.
And still win.
Oh, okay.
You know how it is. You get in there and get started, and it's like I want to win.
Yeah.
Like even if you are Max Verstappen and you spent the last 3 races not being able to see anybody in your rearview mirror, and you've been that far ahead, the whole time, as soon as you start getting past, you played sports in one sort or another, like as soon as somebody gets ahead, no matter how far ahead you were before or how far ahead you are in the overall season. As soon as somebody starts scoring points on you, you're like, oh hell no.
Yeah, no doubt.
You got it. Well, I gotta get back in the groove. Right. I can't let this out.
You might be sitting out there ahead and nobody's scoring on you and thinking, I'm gonna take a break.
Yeah.
But as soon as somebody starts scoring on you,
like, no,
like, oh,
break's over. Break's over.
Yeah, man.
Break time.
I don't like this.
Back to work.
I don't like this.
So yeah, I don't think they really think about it as some let's toss one just for they will accept a loss if they have to, but I don't think it's that. I think they are. I don't want to sound like one of those people that thinks if you play the slots long enough you're going to win just because you're due. But I do think they kind of have been due for a loss for a while.
Yeah.
The other teams have been making changes. Ferrari's been the closest one to having a chance, and this is one of 2 or 3 circuits that they would have had a good shot at pulling something out.
Nice.
Their problem has been they've been stepping on their own. I mean, they've been tripping over their own feet.
Yeah.
And other body parts.
So, you don't expect this to happen again next week?
I would not expect it to happen again.
Okay.
Next week, no.
All right. So more than likely, Red Bull will be back in the saddle. Doing what they do.
Yeah. Unless they have race. I believe it is next week.
Next week?
I will check on that and get back to you very, very shortly.
Okay. Yeah, man. But anywho, congratulations, Mr. Carlos Sainz, way to end Red Bull streak because Red Bull's been dominating F1.
Next week is Japan.
Suzuka. Nice.
Oh, okay.
That'll be
fun. Yeah. I don't remember the last time they did Suzuka.
That's like Fast and Furious. Fast and Furious. Yeah, man.
I want to see some drifting out there.
But moving on. Boxing news. Yeah, we're getting closer, man. To Canelo Alvarez versus Jamel Charlo. Looking forward to this fight, man.
So you picked the first name and the last name for those guys just so you could have Canelo versus Charlo? Both of them have an end with O?
Low.
Yeah.
Both end with low.
Yeah. I mean, that's cool. If that's what you
Canelo
did.
Charlo.
Nah, that's just that's a great fight. Yeah, that is a great fight. We're talking about. We'll start with Charlo on the contending side. The first undisputed champion in 154 pounds ever. He's got every belt you can have at that weight class.
Right.
We're talking about his twin brother was actually supposed to fight Canelo. He had an injury, had to back out of the fight. This man decided, I'll take the fight, and I'll go up 14 pounds to fight him. So, Canelo, I don't know if Charlo realizes the strength in this man's legs that he has over Charlo. But it's going to be a good fight, man. I'm with him. I mean, I can't say I'm going Canelo, even though I like Canelo a lot, right? Charlo is a Derrick James guy, so I'll never go against my guy. You know what I'm saying? I'll never say he's going to lose.
Derrick James, did he?
Is he training Charlo?
No, he trained another guy that just got beat up real bad.
Yeah.
Right?
But I mean, other than that's just one. That's just one. Huh?
That's just one.
Before that one, all his fighters were undefeated.
Oh yeah. And let's get something straight about this undisputed stuff.
Yeah.
He's the first undisputed champion in the 4-belt era.
In the 4-belt.
See, they keep adding belts.
Right. Yeah.
They keep adding belts. See, because it used to be. See, people don't understand this. it used to be one belt.
Yeah.
And then the WBC was the belt. Yeah. And then the WBA split because they wanted a different agenda. And then it was the WBC and the WBA. And then the IBF came up with a bunch of money and created a belt.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, if I had Mark Cuban money, I could say, here's the Bower belt. You want to fight for $10 million?
Yeah.
So, he's the first undisputed champion in the 4-belt era.
Gotcha.
So he's not the first So it's a little catch to that.
Gotcha.
But you know what that's all about.
Yeah. It's all about money.
It's all about that money. The same thing when we go on cruises and they give you that status.
Yeah.
And then every now and then they'll be like, all right, we got too many people at this level. We're gonna have to split them up.
Yeah.
Make a few more. Maybe put a few more levels up there. So
Absolutely.
So the fight's coming. It's gonna be a good one. I do respect Charlo's skill. I think his speed. I think his foot speed gonna give Canelo some problems. But you can't run off fight. I don't expect him to run off fight. I think he's got some power in his hands as well. I don't think he has as much as Canelo.
Yeah, Charlo is fast. He got some boxing ability, but he's not Mayweather.
No, he's not
say it like that.
Not Mayweather.
And if you're not Mayweather, you have a hard time with Canelo.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it like that.
Canelo's got great head movement. He got great skills.
You're gonna have a hard. I'm not saying
he's the bigger
that
guy.
it's gonna be an easy walkthrough, but and then not only I want Canelo to win.
Yeah.
Charlo brothers just talk.
Jamal don't talk as much as Jamal.
But he co-signed on it.
Well, not really. They went a while without talking. Because, one of them is one way and the other one is another way.
Because my brother talk too much, I'm at the... Yeah. I do the same thing. Man, go over there with all that.
Yeah. He went to a new trainer and
that's why he got smacked. Is that the one that got smacked? The one that
Jamal, man.
He needed smack.
Jamal got smacked. Yeah, man.
I wanted to smack him now.
It gets uncomfortable listening to him talk as much as he does.
Yeah.
But, I wish him the best. He's working with Ward Jones Jr. down there in Florida right now, getting some training. So we'll see what comes from that. But Jamel and Charlo, man, that's going to be a great one. That's going to be a great fight. Jamel and Canelo, Saul and Jamel, since I'm going first name.
Yeah, Saul.
Well, that's why because he's hard to pronounce.
Yeah. Canelo and Charlo.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's gonna be a great fight, and we'll see what's up, man. See what's gonna happen. Got a week left, baby.
Keep guard up.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be a great day. Texas Rangers are a half a game back of the Houston Astros and tied with the Seattle Mariners. The tie goes to the Mariners because they currently are winning the head-to-head in that
matchup with the
in that matchup in the division right now. So, Rangers need you to pull it out. They're getting healthy. Adolis came back. Young came back, our third baseman. He's been injured for quite some while. So our offense is getting healthy. Hopefully we can, get in rhythm and start scoring runs like we were earlier in the season and carry it into the playoffs, man. That's really when we want to get hot. I believe in Bruce Bochy. I think we have a great manager. Knows what he's doing up there, man. And we'll see what happens, man. But come on,
this covers two topics. But when we started doing this show, way back, however, a couple of years ago, would you have believed that we'd have the Rangers team now at that time?
Absolutely not. Remember, I was calling them strangers.
You were calling them strangers because nobody knew who they were because they kept
Don't know
changing
who they
who
were. Yeah.
Kept losing.
losing.
So didn't know who they were, didn't want to know who they were.
Yeah. Kept losing because of John Daniels. Thank God he's no longer here.
I wasn't on that.
Analytics guy.
I wasn't naming
your
any
ass
names.
home. You can get up out of here. We don't want you, John Daniels. Thank you very much, Rangers. But no, I never would have imagined.
It was a different era.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah, but we back. We back, man. We're
I was telling
in a good
somebody
space. I never would have imagined the Mariners being tied with us.
Oh yeah.
That's what's crazy.
Yeah, that's the crazy part.
Yeah. Like what? But it's good young talent coming up. But yeah, Ryan, just pull this thing out, man.
I was telling somebody this weekend who has been to almost every major league stadium in the U.S., but have not been to the Rangers and one or two others.
Oh, wow.
And I said, well, now is a good time.
Yeah, it is.
They got a new stadium, which is really nice. They're winning some games.
Yep.
More than they used to, that's for sure.
Best combination of uniforms in the league.
You didn't go to the old Ranger Stadium?
The ballpark?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you haven't been to the new stadium?
Yeah, I've been to the new stadium, just not for a game.
Oh, not for a game. Okay.
No, this was a couple that travels a lot. They're like semi early retired.
Yeah.
He was this was a guy who was an accountant for casinos.
Oh man,
an Italian guy.
Oh, yeah.
He was part of the mafia.
No. Yeah, I believe it.
I mean, that's what he said.
Yeah, I believe it. Especially in the casino business. Are you serious, bro?
He said he was not part of the mafia.
Was not?
Yeah. I mean, that's one of the first things I always tell people myself.
Yeah, I'd say that too if I was part of the mafia.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. It's like
wait a minute, Joe. You say you tell people that all the time.
I wouldn't tell. I mean, it's not something I think of to tell you. Even doesn't cross my mind.
Yeah,
but that's sort of like
saying that I am, but I don't want to.
That's part of your intro.
Yeah,
it's like my name's Joe Sicorio. I'm an accountant for casinos. I'm not part of the mafia. Like
I'm Jonathan. My name is not Jonathan. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro.
Right.
You ain't got a lot of me, dog.
But
you ain't got a lot of kicking, dog.
No.
You ain't
That's
got a
saying
lot of
like
kicking, dog.
my name Chucky Williams, but I'm not a Crip. Come on, man. Stop that.
Yeah. Cut that out, man.
Yeah, that's like the Teflon Don saying, I'm not part of the mafia.
right.
Yeah,
John Gotti. Oh, my name's John Gotti, but I'm not a mafia.
That's the last subject, y'all. That's the last subject. Y'all know what time it is now. It's my favorite time.
You gotta talk TikTok.
Time for that TikTok.
Oh, Jonas got a list. So
we got for us, Jay.
Can we say this is the end zone? Are we in the end zone?
We're in the end zone, bro.
In the end zone.
Little tech.
All right. Well, I got one interest. Is that for timeout?
TikTok.
Yeah.
I just thought maybe it's for timeout.
Yeah, I mean,
she needed a break.
Could be. I mean,
it has happened before.
Hey, I mean, I legit do need to, but I'm just.
Well, I'll try to keep it short. All right.
It's toward the end, so yeah.
Did you know that there is a drug factory in let's say a pharmaceutical factory in space?
No.
There's a company called Varda that has Varda Space, and they put a little capsule, like not a big thing, but just it's bigger than that, but it's not it's not
12
manned. Like there's no
10 by
people
12 or something.
Yeah, probably, maybe something like that, like the size of that refrigerator or everything. It's not manned. It's all like automated and robotic or whatever. And they had it making an HIV drug. And it was supposed to come, because apparently the lack of the low gravity can let some things happen more easily or more efficiently.
You got you.
And it must be big because it's not. It must be a big deal because it's not cheap at all. It's like when MC and me were talking about launching stuff, it was like $4,000 per kilogram, which is
oh my gosh,
a couple pounds.
Yeah,
like it's really not. And that's now.
That's crazy.
Still really expensive.
Talking about like satellites.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
And so it's was supposed to be returning to Earth. It was going to come back in, re-enter, and have some big parachutes and all that kind of stuff.
So it went in space to create this medication.
Correct.
And then it's coming back now.
Supposed to come back. However, the Air Force and the FAA said they denied permission for it to land. Their official statement was that they were concerned about the safety and the impact, whatever that means. I mean, there's a lot of things that could mean, and something falling out of the sky.
Yeah, for sure.
But I imagine they mean like environmental impact or something like that. But it's a little interesting. It's probably some really, really boring reason that has to do with like timing and weather. And
what is this thing made out of to get through the atmosphere?
It's probably
things up.
Well, the same thing as they do for space shuttles and.
It probably goes back to the root of everything, Jonas. Probably go back to money. They may be holding them hostage to see how bad do you want this thing to land.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, million ain't enough. Do you want it to last up? Do you want it 100 million bad? I mean, because everything go back to money. Yeah. If they pay the right price, they can land.
Or if it's FAA, that's what I believe. FAA, they want to know if the automated space capsule has its glasses checked in the last 5
days. Do y'all
days.
think we've really been out of space?
What that?
Y'all really think humans been out of space?
Been out of space?
Yeah. Or been to outer space?
What do you define as outer space?
To the moon?
Beyond the atmosphere.
To the moon, yeah. That's totally.
You think we've been to the moon?
Yeah. Buzz Aldrin punch you in the face if you argue with him about it.
I don't believe that. So, all right. So, can you answer me this?
So here's the question.
Okay.
The government can't keep it secret that the president's getting a blowjob.
Yeah.
How the hell are they going to keep a secret that involves hundreds, if not thousands of people, all kinds of production equipment?
They want him out of office. They don't want the truth to be told, though.
I'm not talking about just that president.
Yeah.
That goes all the way back to
Kennedy.
Kennedy.
I mean, yeah.
What you think Marilyn Monroe was doing to John F?
No doubt.
I don't know what they were doing.
Where do you think the F came from?
All we can
stand for.
All we can call him John H. Kennedy. We know what the H stands.
Yeah.
Well, apparently that was Lyndon B. Johnson from what I've read.
So I'm just saying this because it's like
it was Lyndon B. Johnson for big something.
I'm not gonna say anything.
The story was that not only did he have a lot to show off, but he was proud of it and liked to show it off.
Yeah. That.
If they had cell phones, he would have done it.
Oh yeah, if they would have had cell phones, if they would have had oh my God, everybody would have got ran out of office, impeached, and everything else.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So yeah, I don't think that. To me, there's no doubt about it.
That we've been to space.
Yeah. I mean, why would we even bother lying about it? Plus, and this is the big one, it's really not that hard to prove.
That we've been to Mars?
No, not Mars. Well, that's a little harder.
Been to the moon?
But if we can go to Mars, which obviously has happened because they keep fucking it up. But you can actually see the lander, what's left of the lander on the moon with the telescope.
Really?
Yeah. Not like a little, rinky-dink little kid's telescope, but like a real.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Man,
it looks.
Okay. I mean,
what I had access to, it looks like a little dot.
If I could see it, that would convince me, but I don't believe it.
Yeah.
Right. Also,
but to me, if you can put something up there that you can see from here without having to go through the government website, you just go to a big enough telescope. Like somebody had to go put that there.
I watched something that showed that all the Challenger passengers are still alive.
See, why do you want to watch that stuff?
Look at it. It's real. It's the truth.
Yeah, I mean,
it's the truth. Like, look at it. Look at it.
Brent, put them on the show.
I'll show it to you.
Well, let me say it like this. Me personally.
If you get Sally Ride on the show, is she the right one? That's not the right one.
I don't know, but I will show it to you. I'll show you what I saw. If you get that teacher, blew my mind.
The teacher in space. That's who I'm thinking about.
But I don't believe if
you get the teacher in space on the show.
It's like this. I can't confirm or deny.
I will.
I don't, and this is the real truth about it. I don't care.
Yeah,
I mean, if they been to the moon or not, I really don't care.
I mean, I think we got enough crazy shit going on.
I think we got the knowledge and know-how. But I will say this:
I've talked to the space station, ISS space station, with my equipment,
Yeah.
So nobody else involved but my equipment.
Yeah.
And so I know where it was pointing. I know what was being done to get that. Now that's not the moon.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
pretty high up there. And I use star. Oh yeah, that's way up there. It's not moon, but
How do you
if
know you
you go
spoke
up
with
one.
them? How you know it was them and not somebody intercepting the call?
Where are you going to be with something pointed straight up, out of the blue? Just me deciding to do it, and you're going like you think like back then the government was tracking everybody already, like to the point that they could pinpoint that somebody's going to put some radio equipment together on that particular night at that particular time.
So you had a direct linear
Which
signal
if
to
they're
that.
still doing that, you can do. Which I think they are. May not be all the time, but you could do that then.
Man.
You didn't always get a response because there's a lot of people doing it. But
I'm hard headed a little bit, but it's just hard to convince me that people have been up there and did that. I feel like that was recorded.
And I'll put this out there too.
Why haven't we been back?
I'm using money. It is expensive.
As much money as they printing these days, they'll print some money to go to the moon.
Why? That's the question. Why?
I mean, I don't.
So let me put it this way. You know what I get my internet from, right?
Yeah, Starlink.
Starlink, which is satellites, which is in space, right?
You can see the Starlink though. That's not.
You can see the damn moon. It's bigger than the Starlink.
But I'm saying Starlink ain't like beyond the atmosphere.
It is.
It don't look like it.
Well, neither does the moon.
The moon's
The
massive.
moon look like you could climb up a tree and grab onto it.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt, man. It's weird.
Well, it's me personally, I take everything with a grain of salt. I mean, I can't say that they did or didn't, and like I said, I really don't care if they did or didn't.
Yeah.
Because it has no bearing for. I mean, if they did go, it didn't do any good, and if they didn't go,
That's the problem.
it didn't do any. I mean,
Yeah,
That's the problem.
everything is still.
The reason why we haven't been back as like physical human beings going back is because it's stupid expensive.
Yeah, and
it
didn't accomplish
anything other than us being able to say we were the first ones to do it.
Well, the first one,
right? And at one time that was enough of a reason for people to do things.
I think India
And now-
most recently went or something like that.
They either did or they are
did.
going to send. I don't think
They did.
I don't think-
They
I
did.
don't
They
think-
did
I
a
don't think
couple weeks
I don't
ago.
think it's arrived yet. Maybe
I thought they went a couple weeks ago.
they met.
I mean,
I'm not sure. I
That's
don't
the
know.
other problem. Is like now,
Because
nobody
it
gives
was
a shit.
it was a big race
The first time, everybody's
between
like,
Russia and the United
right,
States.
Yeah, it was a huge deal.
And
Now,
and it was just to say we did it first,
Right.
But it cost billions of dollars just to say we did it.
yeah,
You
now,
know, so-
like when India can do it, who gives a shit?
Yeah, they went August 23rd. They went August 23rd.
Yeah. So did they make it?
Yeah. And it
But
made
that's
history
not
the first
a-
country to land at the South Pole of the moon
Yeah.
with the Chandrayaan 3 lander.
Right.
On August 23rd.
And also because nobody can pronounce the name of it.
See, and this is the whole thing.
Chandrayaan.
If they didn't do it, we'd be the first one to say, "No, you didn't. You lied. This is
True.
what happened." I mean, because everybody would be trying to prove that you didn't. Because if we didn't, Russia would prove
Well,
that
the
we
Russians
did.
would, yeah.
And it was people dying.
Big time.
It was people.
Yeah.
Nobody talk about how many people died trying to go to the moon.
Right.
For real?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it was a
Yeah.
bunch.
Yeah.
Bunch.
By the
Getting
time,
burned up?
Got burned up, got blown up.
the Russians lost what? The first
they
2 or 3
lost
times
a
they tried to
bunch,
go,
yeah.
all their people died. The
wow.
first 2 to 3 times.
Right.
I mean, so
That's what eventually why they quit trying. It's
Yeah.
like because they were also smart enough to say
once we get there,
once somebody's made it there one time, like,
Yeah.
well, why do we want to go again?
Yeah.
Why do we want to keep spending all this money?
I get it.
And I think it was a big deal to get. So it did accomplish a few things. Like we did, like up until that point, nobody was really sure that there was, what that thing was made of.
Yeah.
Like, is it just dirt? Is it dust? If you land on it, are you gonna fall through?
It smell like gun smoke.
Is it made out of cheese?
Yeah, or was it just like gas? You know,
Right.
It could have been like, you know.
I mean, they had some pretty good ideas.
Gaseous fireball, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you'd think if it was made out of cheese, the sun would make it melt. But then again, they say space is pretty cold. So, so they were able to get there, verify that like this is a real got dirt, of some sort, got rocks on there. Bring some of that back, which was a pretty daring thing to do if you think about it.
Could be poisonous dust.
Could have totally been poisonous dust, and they kept it.
Could have been COVID.
Trapped up. That may explain a lot. But and all of that was stuff that really could only, at that time especially, could only have been done by somebody going there and doing it.
Yeah.
But once it was done, like, what are you going to go back and get some more rocks?
No,
I mean, I'm not opposed to it. Like, I'm very much in favor of us thinking about how we're going to push outward from this planet, because this planet is only so big.
Maybe go
no
and
matter
explore.
how smart you get,
And it's going to exhaust itself one day.
right? No matter how smart you get, no matter how brilliant you are with managing where people
run out of
live,
resources.
and building bigger
It's
buildings.
going to run out of resources one day.
It's going to run out of resources, like we've talked about on the show.
Is the
before.
moon bigger than the Earth in landmass?
No, the moon's much smaller.
Is
It's
it?
only like a third, maybe.
Okay.
It's much smaller.
Still pretty big.
But it's just a stepping stone. Like, you don't want to land.
You know,
at the moon.
everything that's been in the movies
You don't want to end
eventually
at Mars.
comes to reality.
Yeah.
And this is just the real truth. One day it's going to be like you ever saw the movie Road Warriors with Mel Gibson?
Right.
One day it's going to be like that.
Except
the people
except
with
more
the
people.
guns and
more people.
the guns, the gas,
Right.
and the ability to move around is going to run everything.
Yeah.
And what we see in other countries.
Well, I mean, is that
we
not
think,
what's happening now?
I mean, yeah, kind of sort of, because in other countries, I think it was
It's just not as short of a
was it
supply.
Somalia, where people are running so short of everything. The people that do have money, they go to the stores and buy stuff, and before they get home, somebody pull a gun on them and take it.
Man,
Rob
that's crazy.
And there's,
And
that's a whole other conversation to have.
I mean, yeah.
But
And with the supply chain issues and all that stuff,
right, supply chain issues. But the bigger, what I think, this is just me talking out my ass, but what I think causes the biggest problem, where I think people live with a lot less for a lot longer than just the last couple hundred years.
oh yeah, we got way too excessive.
When you start looking at where people get violent, when people get really pissed off enough to start,
Scavenging.
hacking at people with machetes,
Yeah.
which is that's scary if you have never experienced being attacked by a machete. When you have a huge difference between what the top small percentage of people can access and do, and what the bottom,
Absolutely.
like when it's 1% and 1%, 1% of the top, 1% of the bottom, that's fine. We're okay. We're all okay with that because we're all in the middle.
Right.
When that bottom percent starts getting bigger and bigger, when the
It was
lowest
1% at the top and
keeps getting higher and higher,
70% at the bottom, and only a
you
little
get
bit in the
more
middle.
and more people get pissed off.
Yeah, I'm getting pissed
And
off.
this is not a social statement in the sense of like I'm picking a party or picking a color or a country or anything like that. This is just logic.
Yeah.
You get more people at the bottom, you got more people pissed off.
Yep.
Yeah,
The more
absolutely.
people you got pissed off, the more these guys at the top better start worrying.
Yeah. for
Absolutely.
And they better start paying the guards that they got right here more. But they don't, because they don't want them to be on the top.
Sure. Yeah, you got more.
Because just last night I was looking at this video. It was what do they call it? Where they trailing people home and then robbing them once they get home.
Oh, yeah.
There was this guy he was in someplace way on the East Coast. He was driving a convertible Bugatti or something.
Oh, yeah.
Or somebody, and they followed him home, took the car, robbed him and all that. Then this lady in Beverly Hills, she come home in her Maybach, She opened up her gate. She get the baby out the car, and she's strolling down the driveway, but she don't close the gate. Two guys running the gate, rob her. So it's already becoming to that point. And this is the whole thing, Jonas. I don't think you're gonna do without. You're not gonna go without while everybody else have a whole bunch, are you?
No.
Me either.
I mean,
I'm not gonna go without it.
I ain't in great shape, but like
I'm saying, but if it get to the point to where I don't have my I don't have any groceries at my house, and somebody across town got
all the groceries.
All the groceries. Now y'all got to give up some of them groceries. Right. I'm just being honest.
Yeah, and like there's a difference between, and I think everybody on some basic level understands that there's a difference between, I put in my 40-hour week, and I got paid for it, and so I went and got my groceries what I got paid for, and somebody who's been sitting on several $1 billion
since they was born, or somebody who has got so much money that they can't spend it fast enough, and it just keeps accumulating. Yeah, and that's where a lot of these people are. Yeah, whether they started that way or not, that's where a lot of people are.
The more they got, the more they want,
and the more they want, which is also a human nature thing.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I mean, I think if I'm sitting at the bottom and I'm hungry, and I'm looking at Ron and saying, well, Ron works for a living, like he ain't got that much to spare.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at Jay and saying, damn, Jay's been sitting on that 401k, and he's got like stocks, and he's got a Maybach, and he's got
the big house,
he's got that big house.
He's got four refrigerators in there.
Four refrigerators stacked up.
Yeah, like, he got to give up some of that.
You can give me one of the refrigerators.
Yeah. Come take it.
And at some point, it's gonna be
because this is all the truth. During the pandemic, I went to the store, and there was one lady. She went on the aisle, and she got all the hand sanitizers.
Right. Right.
I mean, she had looked like 25 or 30.
Oh my God.
Hey man, it was 2 or 3 people, so you don't need all that. Just reach in there and got it.
Yeah.
Reach in there and got them a couple. I was like, huh?
And there's that mindset, which is some people are just wired to say, I'm gonna get all of this.
Yeah.
Why?
And not think about anybody else.
Not think about anybody else, but like, what are you gonna do with that?
25 hand sanitizers.
Like, you know that shit don't do anything anyway.
Yeah.
Puts microchips in.
Go buy some vodka.
That's what I always tell people. And this is the whole thing. If you use hand sanitizer, okay. When you wash your hands and you put soap on them, say your hands got dirt on them, and you put soap on them, and then you stick it under the water, you can see the water is going down dirty, right?
Yeah.
When your hand got dirt on them, you put hand sanitizer on, where does the dirt go?
You know what I'm saying? Exactly.
Where does the dirt go, Jones? I don't understand. It's simple. I mean, I'm not trying to be complicated or nothing, but where does the dirt go? That's just simple to me. I don't understand where it goes.
That's what, like, people laugh at me because I, if I use it, like, I got a towel, I'm gonna get a towel and
wipe it off.
Because, like you said, it ain't gone.
Where's the dirt go?
It did not evaporate. It don't cancel the dirt out. Yeah, man. Nah, but
that grease. All right. One more thing. I'll try to keep it short.
Yeah.
Got pages of this. This week, we saw the first of the Apple iPhone 15 and 15 Plus.
Yes.
And you very rightly gave me some shit about not knowing anything about the iPhone 14 last year.
Yeah.
Although, to be fair, there wasn't a whole lot to know.
No, it wasn't.
But this year, that is not the case. This year, so they're bringing back the dynamic thing, the little thing around the camera that changes and does different things, which some people like, some people hate. I don't care. I don't
even know what it is.
It's called they call it Dynamic Island, but it's basically where the little camera is in there, the little face camera is.
Yeah.
Instead of having that just be a permanent thing that sits there. They've turned it into something that you can actually do something with.
Okay.
Camera's still there, still got that spot, but it does other stuff now.
Okay.
So that's there. Still, big change. All your if you go in for the iPhone 15, all those chargers and little lightning cords that you've been collecting and paying,
They don't fit 15.
paying like
USB.
$60 a piece for whatever people pay
Yeah.
for them if you don't get them off Temu. Ain't gonna work anymore.
Yeah.
They're gonna switch it. Everything's going to USB-C.
Yep. You can thank Europe for that.
Which,
in the UK.
in all honesty, we should have been doing that a long time ago. USB-C has been around for years. There's no reason why we shouldn't have everything USB-C.
Yeah.
It goes. It's bidirectional. It charges back and forth. Like there's really no reason why we shouldn't be doing that with everything. But
European Union. Thank you very much.
that's my rant for that. Big camera upgrades. The camera is like a much bigger. So it's got the same main. So the first camera is the same, but the telephoto camera is much better. Has a 48 megapixel like
resolution,
mid camera that handles everything in between, like really far out there.
Oh, nice.
So that's pretty cool. A lot more power. It's using Apple's silicon now, so they're using the A16 Bionic.
Yep.
They have a frosted glass back panel. I don't know why, because everybody's going to put a cover on it. But I guess you can take it off and show it to them. The pricing, so the first iPhone, I did not know this. I didn't remember this. I was asking somebody about it the other day. 2007, the first iPhone was $500, $499, $500, which seemed like an awful lot of money to pay for a phone.
Yes, it did.
At that time, it was. It's just like it's an awful lot to pay for a phone. I don't know the price, but you finna tell me now.
I'm about to tell you, and it might blow you. How much was the iPhone 14? You remember? What was the last iPhone you got? How much was the last?
I got the 14. I don't remember how much it is though.
I never had an iPhone.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm not in that big money category.
I'm probably gonna get the 15.
Well, you might want to get the
Upgrade
15. The 15 is the regular iPhone 15 is $799.
That's it?
It's the closest to the original price.
Are you serious? That is awesome.
Has been.
One
definitely gonna
iPhone
get
came
the
out was
15.
about $1,200, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, I think the 14 was like 14.
The 13 that I got was right at 1,000, and I got it after it had been out for a while and got a discount.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah.
I was thinking
I'm definitely
iPhone 15, $1,500.
Right,
But
at
they
least.
switched it. They went down.
They
need to because it's ridiculous.
How did they do it? I don't know. I do think switching to some of their own internals probably had something to do with it.
Yeah.
I think they're also probably not taking quite as much of a margin because
man, them
a
phones don't
big
cost
chunk
so much
of
to
that is going straight back into the bank.
Yeah.
Like they're like every one of those are like, all right, you got this much just going to pay for the phone, and this much is going in my pocket.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So yeah, I think because they didn't have the best year the last couple of years, and I think they may have adjusted the price
Sales, yeah.
accordingly. But I'll tell you the biggest thing that I noticed on it, and nothing that I've read really says anything about it. The biggest thing that I noticed, I'm going to go to the trouble of taking this off. You can't see that really on the screen, I'm sure. Sorry, especially if I'm not pointing at the camera.
Yeah.
But all the new iPhones since 12, maybe even 11, have this cameras that stick out of the back of it.
Yeah.
Well, if you got something glass that sticks out of
Good.
something that you drop on a regular basis,
Probably gonna break, chip, do something.
it's gonna break.
Yeah.
So my question to Apple is, what the fuck?
Yeah. Why would you do that?
Like you make a phone that I will go to bat for you and say is a beautiful piece of machinery.
Yeah. But then
Like it is aesthetically very pretty.
Yeah.
Which every single one of your users then has to put a ugly ass piece of plastic on
Yeah.
to keep from breaking it.
Yep.
What the fuck? Why would you do that?
Yeah.
Make it, make it a little sturdier so it doesn't break.
15, does it still bulk out?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say
Still
it didn't.
sticking out. Like,
yeah, man. That is a problem.
Like me when I was 19 years old. Got shit sticking out all over.
That's a design fail.
Yeah, it's kind of a design
especially
fail,
in the morning when you're 19.
Right.
But
yeah,
it's
stuff.
A design fail.
I just to me it is just mind-boggling to me why, and their phones are like as of probably the 10, the X, are actually waterproof. Yeah. Like don't go throw it in the ocean. Yeah, it ain't that waterproof. It ain't that kind of waterproof.
Oh yeah.
But like you could have it in the shower. You can drop it in the rain. I take mine with me when I run out in the rain. Never had a problem.
No issues.
Never had a problem since the iPhone X.
That's crazy.
But one of the main things that people buy the phone for, the camera, is hanging out there with big old hunk of glass around it.
Ready to get swiped.
Ready to get smashed. And guess what? Then like your camera's broke.
Yep.
Your phone's ugly. You got chunks of glass falling off.
Yeah.
And your waterproof is now shot.
Yep. All that.
Why?
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Yep. No, I agree.
But okay, rant's over.
Yep.
All done.
15, $7.99, probably gonna get it.
$7.99, $8.99 for the iPhone 15 Plus, which would be the one that I would go for. And wow, good stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I don't use my phone for. When I was playing with my phone a while ago, I was sharing Noonish with some people. Just so they all know it was first time people said, "Oh, send me the link." Okay.
Here it is. It is.
So I wasn't being disrespectful to the show. I was sharing the show.
Yeah, man. So you know what it is. Next Wednesday, I want y'all to know we coming. You know what I'm saying?
Bringing it.
We here right now. The next week,
we
coming, man. Thank y'all for this show. Y'all good? You good?
Oh yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Man. Hope y'all had a good time.
If everybody's suiting up, let me get my.
All right. Yeah. That's that Assassin's Creed right there, baby.
We're going out like that.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Right. That's how we're going to get it, man.
It's serious now.
We'll see y'all next Wednesday. Appreciate y'all for watching. Sometime around noon, just come join us next week.
We out.